Hello everyone, happy Friday. Quick market update. So Bitcoin lost its daily fair value gap support. I was kind of hoping that we will get already the bounce towards 29k from this area, but the level that I mentioned in the update on Wednesday, 26.8k, is currently holding support. So it's still not too late for us to get the beginning of the fifth wave today, over the weekend or early next week. But ultimately, again, the low at around 26k is the one we should be focused on. As long as price doesn't make a lower low, we are still good for the next wave up, which should at least take out the high of the third wave, 28.6. So it's pretty much 29k to 30.8k as a goal from here. If a new low is gonna be made, we may be looking at the market structure shift. Then we will be looking at whatever fair value gap stands out, and then hopefully catch a short during the lower high that will probably come after the lower low, and then probably we will drop back into the 25k area. But for now, I'm still bullish and positive on the markets. Stock markets, the S&P 500 failed to push through the 50% retracement level. We saw a strong rejection yesterday. Today on the weekly time frame, it is likely that we will get an ICT TGIF setup if the market pushes up a little higher in the morning. We have a nice fair value gap here, and then the 20 or 30% retracement can be expected on this weekly candle. You can check out ICT's video on the TGIF setup on his channel for free. The Nasdaq, similar on the weekly time frame, we have a nice green candle, and there is a volume imbalance here. At the same time, the daily is pushing into a fair value gap here. So if we see some upwards movement in the early hours of the New York session, then we can expect price to ultimately close or retrace into 20 or 30% of the weekly candle in the afternoon. The Dow Jones also didn't quite make it to the 50% level, and already correcting, but I think if the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq are going to push up in the morning, the Dow Jones will push up too, but I will be focused on trading the former two. ETH so is pushing further into the bullish order block here, as expected. I think it will ultimately again follow Bitcoin, but until Bitcoin shows its cards, I'm not interested in Ethereum unless we get a very clear stop rate or liquidity rate, and then a market structure shift. Then I may look for longs, but for now not interested. So ADA has dipped a little bit lower and lost the 79% retracement area. I'm still in my long. I've added a little bit at the 79% retracement area, but ultimately my invalidation is that if this pivot low gets taken out, then I will have to reconsider and reassess the market. But for now, I still believe that the low is in. Ideally, of course, these lows will be the marker for the dip, and then we just shoot back up as soon as Bitcoin turns around. But I will stay in my position until I see this pivot low at 22 cents getting taken out, and then I would expect a bounce up to 24, and then probably the next leg down to 20 cents, give or take. APE is still monkeying around at around the $1 level here. So there is a positive divergence on the 3-day time frame developing here. So I think with a little more patience, we will see a bounce eventually. The first level I would consider as a potential partial profit taking level is the 128 level. Maybe move the stop loss to break even once price moves towards 110. But I'm still waiting for the entry requirements to be met. So first of all, we need the dip, then a market structure shift. Can be on lower time frames, like the 4-hour or something, within the hourly time frames, and then I will provide the setup when I look at one on Twitter and in the Discord. DOT has been showing weakness, so this will go off my radar. I still will keep my alarm at the 422 level, but basically we could see exactly what I'm looking for. Liquidity raid under these lows, then a market structure shift, and then we can look for an entry at either after the market structure shift or after the BOS, the break of structure. We still have to see what Bitcoin is going to do. Link has been holding the daily fair value gap through all of Bitcoin's shenanigans, so relatively strong, I would say. I'm still in my long position, and I think if Bitcoin holds 26.8k and just moves to the upside towards 29k, Link will also be able to take out this swing high here of $8.80 very soon. Solana, it has tagged the optimal entry zone, so I think we will go a little bit deeper and maybe spend the weekend within this area, and then from next week on I will have another look at the chart. Lastly, XRP, so it is losing the range low again, a little bit concerning, but it could be that we are just seeing this kind of fake out or stop rate liquidity grab to the south, and then price will just move back into the channel. However, we already saw one here, and we did not see one to the upside yet, so relative weakness. At the same time, retail or the market in general is probably getting conditioned that 55 cents is a tough resistance. So after this liquidity or stop rate, again, as long as the low here of 42 cents is getting respected and we move back into the channel, I will definitely look for add-on to my long position, because I think we should be breaking out of this channel at the next attempt. That's all for this week. See you again next Wednesday.